Hi friends, it's Auden. I hope you're all having a wonderful week. And yeah, let's get into this little video. So this is going to be a little house in the woods of Windenburg where I wanted to use all of the new base game items. And for a moment, I thought maybe I'd just use base game. And then I was like, no, I want to build it on this lot in Windenburg because I built this in my generational save that I've been playing in for like the last 6 months. I'm on like generation 6, I think, now. Um, and I just wanted to build all the new stuff for one of my Sims who was moving out, and she really likes green, and so that's why we really went for this kind of green and like relaxing vibe. So I wanted to use the new counters and cabinets and doors and windows and just everything from the new base game update. So we end up with like this door and the sliding glass door for the back door and the new interior doors. So my only frustration with this update is that the windows do not have the wood swatches that like the doors and the cabinets have. The windows don't have the matching wood swatches, and it's so incredibly frustrating. I feel like it kind of makes them harder to use. But you know, it is what it is. It's still a really great update, and I will take free things all the time. So here you could see that I'm adding a bunch of stuff to the roof because it was just a big, solid piece of roof with nothing, like it just felt a little empty. And I had tried previously and ended up cutting out an attempt to add some kind of dormers, and I just didn't like it. So we just add some solar panels and a wind turbine and a little chimney and a little satellite dish. Satellite dish? You know what I mean. On this side, we're going to add a little bump out so that this wall is not a big blank wall, which is what we did on the other side as well. And that room ends up being the office space. And we do end up changing some of these big windows out for the little version. And I think I really love the new windows and doors and cabinets, but the whole window swatch thing, I'm just never going to be over that. Maybe they'll update it eventually because it's so frustrating. I don't understand why they would have done that. But it is what it is. So this is where I'm trying to figure out how to roof the patio, and we end up just pulling the roof out and adding the new columns and spandrels, and we use a base game fence, which isn't quite the right shade of green, but it's close enough. I feel like it works just fine. The last thing we do in this build is the porches. So this porch is going to be empty for the whole build. We do it at the very end. I struggled for a minute with where to put the stairs, and I don't know. I think we ended up with them being in the center. It's just that the door was off center, so I wanted the stairs originally to line up with the door, but that just didn't work out. This is built on the mid-nowhere lot in Windenburg because the lot closest to this lot, the big one, is where my Sims live, and so I wanted the Sim that was moving out to live nearby, so I put them on this lot, and I thought that that was a good chance to build with the new update. And I did build this a while back, but as you may know, I did spend about a week in the hospital, and so I just haven't had a chance to get this edited and voiced over and uploaded. And I finally now have a chance, so here I am. This back door goes into the office, and then we end up with a side yard over off of that little patio. This is not where the fireplace goes. The fireplace ends up over on the wall by the door, and I do end up liking that a lot. And I really wanted some more space in this kitchen, so I bumped this wall out into the bedroom and the living room, and I think that it lended itself to a much more interesting floor plan and less like rectangular rooms, and I really enjoyed that little move of moving the kitchen in like the wall out a little bit into the other living spaces. I really thought that like in the end looked really pretty. We end up with a frame TV, and we will go back in a minute and work on that. I did kind of jump around a little bit like I always do. I know a lot of people, like, when they're recording a build, they focus on one like angle at a time, so that the camera isn't moving around a lot. But I just can't do that. My ADHD autism brain, I just bounce around. I can't focus for 5 seconds on one space. I need to like bounce around as I think of things. And here I am remembering about this little stone carpet rug thing we have from the base game update, and I wanted to put that everywhere, so now I'm like going around putting it everywhere. I end up using it on the porches for like consistency, and I thought it looked really cool, and I was really happy with it. But here is where we're putting the desk. I don't remember if we just put down the desk and then move, or if we're decorating the office. I think we move around a bit. I do end up putting the new green like subway tile wallpaper in the kitchen, but then also on a bunch of spots throughout the house as accent walls, because I just loved it so much. This flooring, I don't remember if it's base game or cats and dogs. I should have looked when I grabbed it earlier. The kitchen, the kitchen fridge and stove are from Jungle Adventure, I believe. At this point, there's so many DLCs that it's kind of hard to keep it all straight. This is the new base game flooring, and now we're going to grab the matching base game wallpaper, and they're just so pretty. This green swatch, whenever they re-release 1 and 2 recently, and people have been going back and doing stuff in those houses and like showing speed builds from those homes, there's this one flooring and wallpaper that is this shade of green, and I wanted it so bad, and then they added it to the base game, this color, and I was so happy because it's so pretty. That flooring, that green color, oh, it's to die for. I love it so much. Now we are going to be working on the office space for a minute, so I'm trying to see if I want to use the same chair that I used in the kitchen, and then I don't end up doing that. I end up deciding to use a different one, and then we use the new comfy gamer, I guess it's not new anymore, but the comfy gamer computer, and here I am throwing that wallpaper everywhere. And then we grab the I think, is it growing together, for I think it's growing together. We grab the growing together bookshelves because there's 2 different styles, and those end up going in this little room. So as you can see, we're doing green, we're doing kind of a little modern, a little traditional at the same time in like different ways, and then we're doing this kind of beigey, light beigey wood tone in this house, and I think it's so pretty. First thing we're going to do is decorate this desk with some of the clutter from the Comfy Gamer kit. We get the water bottle and the book and the like organizers, and I'm just so glad we have some like really specific desk clutter now. Instead of just like making other clutter work for the desk, they gave us desk clutter that you can make work in other spaces, and I think that that's really fun. And we add the little cow planter hangy thing on the wall as well. These little shelves also came from Comfy Gamer, as well as the clutter we're putting up on them. I just felt like the green swatches just needed to go in this office. It just is so cute. And the headphones, stop, so cute. And the little, oh, just the little everything. We're gonna just like kind of slide over the bookshelves on the door so that we can fit the cubby shelf here, and then I'm gonna swap out the big window for a smaller one so that we can put this shelf here and put clutter in it and everything. I do cut out some of the cluttering process of this because it just, for some reason, this build ended up being really long, and I don't really know why, because it's a very small house. I guess just because it's kind of cluttered and there's clutter on the walls and everywhere, you know? It just kind of ended up being kind of a long build. So sorry about that. I did do a week recently where I uploaded apartments every single day, and they were like, I think the longest video was like 12 minutes. So if you would like to watch shorter videos, then let me know. I could try to make like, I don't know, maybe I should do another like 10-minute challenge or something. Let me know. Let me know what you want to see. I don't have any other like builds that I've done that are coming up. I have like builds that I can upload for my From the Archive series that are like older builds, but I don't have anything that I've built recently. I've been playing a lot of Minecraft and a lot of gameplay with my current household, but I haven't done really any building in like the last week or two. So I really need to get on that. So if you have any ideas, please let me know, because I have like nothing currently in my head. Like I have a list of ideas. I have a lot of ideas, but nothing that's currently reaching out to me that makes me want to do it. So That was me trying to make sure that the windows lined up on either side of that room. We're going to throw some stuff in here as I find it. And then we're kind of decorating. I thought we were going to decorate the dining room, but I guess I got distracted. And now I'm decorating the living room. So we're going to use the new cabinet as a little TV stand, but it's not really a TV stand. It's just kind of a table under the TV because the TV's on the wall. Sorry if you can hear my AC. It just kicked on, or my heat kicked on, because it's currently, actually it's only 33 degrees. It was 19 degrees this morning. But I wanted to add like a taller plant over here to kind of take up some space, but I don't remember what I ended up with. Did I end up with the living room one? I think is that the living room one, or is that, I think that's the living room one. The most recent kits, kind of like a bunch of the items kind of blend together for me a little bit, or a couple of them, so I wasn't sure if that plant came from like Sanctuary or Casanova or the living room one. I think it's the living room one. With those three, a few of them kind of blend together for me. Let me know if that's the same for you. But we're going to add a shelf on this wall, or two shelves on this wall. I do change the color to a light wood, and then we kind of clutter them up. We use the books from the living room kit. We put them facing the other way to kind of, I felt like it kind of fit better that way. And we just add a whole bunch of stuff on these shelves. We also end up with these same shelves above the wardrobes in the bedroom. I'm not sure if that is in the footage or off camera, though. Your guess is as good as mine on that one. And now we're just going to add a little plant up here as well. And then we add a chair and a rug and a couple coffee tables. And I think we might add more clutter on top of the TV, underneath the TV table. But I don't remember. I'm pretty sure we clutter it up some more. But I know we end up with like an ottoman and a tiny table in there. Are we jumping in here now, or am I just trying to find a coffee table that matches the vibes? I am surprised I didn't cut out this coffee table struggle. This is a very long time of me struggling to pick a coffee table. Why didn't I cut this out? It's so long. Why are we watching like 20 minutes of me trying to pick out coffee table and an ottoman? Why? Why did we have to watch that? What was I thinking leaving it in? Did I just not notice it? That's so weird. Okay, so now we have added the little matching chair. The sofa and the chair are from the Book Nook kit. I just thought that the color and texture really lended itself well to this house. We add these movie hangout curtains on all of the windows in here, including the door. I just thought it looked really pretty. I thought maybe they really liked watching TV, and so they could pull those curtains down so that the windows on the front of the build don't like mess up their TV time. I feel like they're really into TV shows like The 100 and Walking Dead. The 100 is one of my favorite shows of all time, except the last season. We don't talk about the last season here. But and I'm currently rewatching The Walking Dead, but I'm about to stop because I'm about at the point where I don't want to watch anymore. I know all the stuff that happens. I've seen the other seasons, for most of them, but I'm getting to a certain death where I don't, like a certain character death that I just don't want to watch. So I'm about to stop my rewatch, which is what I do every single time I rewatch The Walking Dead. I get to a certain death and then I'm like, nope, I'm good. And then I'll come back later and then I get to another death and I'm like, nope, I'm good again. And that's kind of what I do all year. Let me know what you're watching right now. I love watching different TV shows, but I really only watch the same things over and over again because I don't want to watch anything new because I'm always playing a game. And if I'm going to watch something new, I want to watch it fully paying attention. And when I'm binge watching TV shows, I'm pretty much only watching things I've seen before so that I can play a game on my other monitor. Have you guys watched The Gorge yet with Anya Taylor-Joy and Miles Teller? Because that is one of my new favorite movies. I've watched it like 3 times in my like 3-day. I watched it like 3 times. I had like a 2-day Apple TV trial and I watched it 3 times in a row. Because it's just, I'm a little autistically obsessed with it for some reason. The same thing, I've done the same thing with like The Walking Dead and Encanto. Not The Walking Dead, World War Z. Don't like Brad Pitt, but I love World War Z. I've also watched when Encanto came out. I watched it like six times in one day. Autism brain either loves things a lot or doesn't like it. There's not really an in between for me. I'm either obsessed or just fine, or like not into it. You know what I mean? Anyway, we're back into the kitchen so we can clutter it up a bit. I do realize at some point that the swatch of this hanging shelf does not match the kitchen, but I actually don't realize it until I'm taking the screenshots and I turn the camera to take a screenshot of this like sink area and I'm like, that doesn't look right. So I had to change it. But you won't see that in the build. But I do change it to a white swatch so that it matches the kitchen. I'm sorry I went on a little TV tangent. I don't know what I was doing while I was talking about that. I think we were just finishing up all the clutter in the living room on the little side table and the fireplace and that kind of stuff. This is also from the one of the new kits. I think it's the living room kit. These little things on the wall. We get over here this little coffee station and possibly just a light maybe. And then I think we move on to the bedroom and a plant. And I do add a plant on the dining table at some point, but I don't know if it's on camera or not. We also add the new base game light above the dining table, but that's the only place we add this light. This is the only place it really fit. But I think it looks cute. Over here we get a mirror and a sconce above it, the same like cottage living one we're putting around the build to just add a little bit of traditional to the build. This is a snowy escape rug we're adding in front of the oven. I was going mixer, coffee table, coffee maker. It's the oven, the stove, if you will. And then I add light switches all over this house, which I don't do that often, but I thought it worked really well and looked really, really cute. So we do get the two new phones from the event, and at the time I had not unlocked like the plastic furniture or the floorings, so that's why those are not in this build. But maybe I'll do a build where I try to decorate using it like Y2K, like 2000s kind of furniture, like the 90s 2000s inflatable things that we got in the event. I need to do a build using those. Anyway, now we're onto the bedroom. We have this cats and dogs dresser because it was the perfect green and I just thought it worked really, really well. And then we get the same chair over here with a little coffee table with the same book nook kit tray on the table. And then all these pieces of clutter up here on the cats and dogs dresser. Again, I use the RMSP shelf. I really need to link that down below, but I know a lot of people don't use this anymore, but I still really like it, and I still find that it works the best for cluttering things up. So that's what I use for cluttering, is that's what this red shelf is. It's a piece of custom content that I do not leave in my builds. I just use it to place items at more precise levels, and then I delete it. So it is not in the build. You don't have to download it or anything. It's just used to place things. But yeah, now I'm just kind of like, I think I'm looking for a plant to put on this dresser in this little spot I had open. So I go back to the office and grab that one. And then we are using these little growing together kind of drawer looking items. And I'm just going to put a couple of pillows, extra pillows up here, and some books, and I think a plant on top of the books. And that's really it for that little area. And now we're just going to add some nightstands with some of the new lamps from the living room, refined living room kit. And then a couple pieces of clutter on them. And I think we get the tiny living plant art on the wall above the bed, a couple of those. And I don't remember what curtains we add. But you can see I'm sorting by green to try to get some greenery up on this wall. And then we're just going to add a plant over here and some curtains and some of those base game dressers. They're base game wardrobes. I use them in every build, I know, but they're so thin that they just work in every space and they have a color for every house. And I know I overuse them. I know I do. I'm sorry. I just love them so much. They just work always. If you can't find another item to work because they're all so big, these work. Above those later on, I think off camera, we add some of the same shelves that are above the couch. and a bunch of clutter up on those to kind of bring the clutter into that wall, because right now it's just kind of boring to me. And I wanted to make the space above the wardrobe more cluttery. So I do add some shelves with a bunch of clutter up there, but I don't think it's on camera. I think it's off camera. Right now I'm struggling to pick a rug because I really wanted the green on the floor, but I couldn't figure out what rug would bring the right vibes to the green. So we just end up with this Discovery University beige swatch of the rug. We are going to be using the same counters in here and a little sink, and we use the For Rent mirror above the sink. We're just kind of decorating the little toilet spot over here, and then we flip around and we add a shower and tub, and I think we use a laundry day big shelf above the tub, and then the kind of bathroom cluttery wall hanging bathroom. What is it going to be called? I don't even know what to call it. You'll see in a minute. I put it above the tub. We're kind of decorating the counter over here that is open next to the sink with a hairdryer and some clutter pieces, like some soap and toothbrush and a little cotton ball storage thing. And I'm just trying to scoot the soap over so that it's not clipping into the sink. This is a base game shower, and I think we use a Dream Home Decorator tub to kind of bring that light wood swatch in here as well, with this cabinet here, or this shelf piece here. And then we just add these rugs from, what are these from? I don't I don't know. There's been so many things recently, I just don't know. Yeah, and then we're just gonna kind of shuffle things around. One thing that happens is I started landscaping with some like base game actual landscaping, and then I go into debug and grab the landscaping from the area, but it took me so long. I was really struggling to find the exact landscaping I wanted from the get together pack in debug, and so I stopped recording for a minute to find it, and then I never hit record again. And so here in a second you realize that suddenly all the landscaping is pretty much done. I'm so sorry. There was also a section where I thought I was going to add a tiny little pond to fill up some space, but I hated it, and so I cut that out because I did not like the way it looked. But here we are going to get a table and chairs. We do not end up with the umbrella because we end up with an umbrella over the lounge chairs that we're about to place. I struggled for a minute with which ones because I really wanted to get the green out there, but I don't think I do. I think I just end up with these cream colored Riviera Retreat chairs. But here is that tiny little pool. But we end up putting an umbrella over the lounge chairs, and so I felt like the umbrella on the dining table was just too many umbrellas. We also end up deleting the front fence and the back fence and just putting bushes, so that there's like an open, you can kind of have a more open view of the woods around you, of the beautiful like landscape around you. So you'll notice that here in a minute that we do that. I'm running out of breath. I did not fill up my water before I came over here. I took it in the kitchen to fill it up, and then I got a package at the door. It was the food that I get after I get discharged from the hospital. My insurance sends me food. Again, another time that it came 2 weeks after my discharge. It's kind of pointless at that point. So that got delivered. So then I got distracted opening that, and then I got distracted doing something else, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna go do my voiceover. So then I tried to do my voiceover, but then my mic wasn't working, and so then I got distracted doing something else, and my water is still in the kitchen. So I should have filled it up, but I haven't done it yet. What is your favorite drink? My favorite drink is water with sugar-free Torani peach syrup in it. Has to be Nugget Ice, has to be cold filtered water from our water cooler, and it has to be Torani sugar-free peach. That's pretty much the only thing I drink, is that water. Pretty much constantly. It's my thing. It's the thing I drink always. What do you drink? What's your favorite drink? Aside from that, I really like Dr. Pepper cream soda. I don't drink it all that much, but I like it. and iced coffee. Iced coffee is my life. I love it so much. Anyway, here you can see all of the landscaping is done, and I'm real sad that I did not get any of it recorded. It's just kind of there now, but I think it matches really pretty, and I think it works really well. I thought about putting a car down, and then I realized that there was no way for that car to get to this house. So I just had rocks. I just put rocks everywhere. The trees are also from Debug, and they're also around the area. My terrain paint, I struggled with the terrain paint on this lot. I struggled. I'm not gonna lie to you, I did. I hate when it just like ends abruptly and then suddenly it's grass. So I tried to like make it look nice and it kept getting deleted. It was so frustrating. And here I didn't want to put another plant there, so I put bees. It's kind of weird, but there's bees. If you want bees, you would probably want them near these planters so they help with the gardening, but I put them at the front because I needed to put something there. I didn't know what to put there. We're using this Get Together rock terrain paint. I know I usually use the base game stuff because I just like it the best. I think it looks really nice, especially when you layer it up a bunch. But yeah, I'm kind of struggling now with terrain painting the dirt. It takes me a minute to kind of get it where I like it, where I thought it looked kind of natural. Terrain paint is so frustrating. And I think what's even more frustrating is that you just, eventually you save the game and close it, and then you come back another day to post the video and post the build, and then the terrain paint's gone. And you spent so long on it, and it's gone. And it's not always gone. It's not every single time, but sometimes it's just gone, and it's really sad. But we are finishing up the build now. If you would like to download it, you can download it on the gallery under my ID, AudynRo, AUDYNRO. All the information about this build is down below. It comes in at 65,476. I actually remember to write it down this time, but then I forgot to tell you, so that's what it comes in at. It is 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, and I already chose a lot of time. It's been nowhere in Windenburg. And yeah, if you like Minecraft, you can check out my Minecraft YouTube and my brother's Minecraft YouTube down below. He uploads every week, but I upload occasionally. We have a series we are working on. I should upload episode 2 sometime in the next few days, hopefully. I need to finish recording it. So yeah, I love you guys so much. Here is the stuff that I placed down so that they could do really well for the stray cats. I did turn on the stray cat lot trait for this lot. So I put some like litter boxes and bowls and stuff outside for the cats so that they could have some stray cats around. So I thought putting this mailbox here was a really cute idea. And yeah, I love you guys so much. I'm so very proud of you. I think you're doing amazing, and I hope that you are having a wonderful year. And I will see you guys very soon. The last thing you will notice is that we do raise up the foundation just because I thought it needed a little bit more height in some spaces, and it ends up lining up, as you can see here, with the counters out here, and I thought it looked so cool that it was like lined up perfectly with the counters, and I just was very thrilled with that little piece. We also add another shelf on this wall out here and put some clutter on it. So this is the end of the build now. So I'm gonna go. Yeah, I love you so much, and if you've listened this far, leave a emoji, maybe a frog emoji or a raccoon emoji. Leave an animal emoji down below in the comments if you want. And yeah, I will see you guys very soon. Bye, friends.